Good morning, children. How are you all? Welcome to class 4. And congratulations, big congratulations to everybody to clear 3rd standard. And now we are getting into 4th standard. So I will be taking your science subject. And let us start with a small revision of what we have studied in our previous class. Plus, let us see something more related to our body. See, children, we have studied in our previous class about different sense organs, correct? How our sense organs work, yes, eyes, nose, and how should we take care of our body. We are supposed to take care of our sense organs so that they work properly for years and years, and we do not have to wear such spectacles or have hearing aids and etc. Correct? So today let us learn something more in details to our body. Yes, yes, we have seen about the 5 different sensory organs which we have in our body. They are eyes, nose, ears, tongue, skin. Correct? So what do? They basically send signals to the brain and make our body react to the things which are present in and around us, right? Our eyes gives a signal about the things which it sees, the color, the distance, how far, how near it is, whether the things which we are able to see is a beautiful one or it is not a pleasant one. Correct? Our tongue helps to taste, right? It helps to understand whether the food which we are eating is a fresh one or a rotten one. What taste is it having? Like, is it having a sour taste, salty taste, sweet or bitter? And as per that, it sends a signal to our brain and our brain works accordingly. Correct? The sounds, the different types of sounds which we keep hearing, the loud sound, the gentle sound, the pleasant sound, and the unpleasant sound. When we go out, we hear lots of different types of sounds, right? Birds chirping sounds, vehicle sounds, children's making sounds, then animal sounds, yes, and it keeps giving signals. They sense all these things. Nose helps us to understand without even opening our eyes. We can smell up the things and we can tell whether the thing which we are smelling in is a good fragrance or a bad foul smell. Correct? And finally, the skin, the largest sense organ of our skin, our body is the skin, right? It is the sense of having a sense of touch, feel, correct? We can understand whether the temperature is cold or hot because of the skins. Yes, all these body organs, all they work together and keep sending signals to the brain, and accordingly our body works. Correct? So children, so though these part of the body, can you see it? Yes, these part of the body is visible for us. Eyes are visible, our nose, our mouth, our lips, our tongue, our ears, right? Our legs, our hands, these are the body parts which we are able to see from outside. Yes, those body parts which you are able to see are called as external body part. External matlab? Yes, it is something which is outside. So external means something which is outside, not inside your body, which is outward. Eyes are outside your body, right? But there are several different body parts which are inside our body. Our skin is covering these body parts inside it. It is intact inside, right? Last year, if you remember, I kept on asking, imagine yourself without skin. Your brain is falling outside, your stomach is falling outside, right? So this body organ, which is skin, covers our body completely, and it keeps our body internal body organs intact inside. So there are several body parts which are present inside our body. Yes, we all are very much aware about it, and which we cannot see from outside. Can you see your own heart? No, right? Can you see your own stomach? No, right? So such body parts which are present inside our body and we cannot see them are called as internal body parts. Let's see some of examples. There is this brain, heart, lungs, stomach, intestines, and we have pancreas. There are many more, food pipe, right, air pipe, all these kind of body parts which are inside our body which we cannot see from our eyes are called as the internal body parts. The external also has your nails, right? Nails are also body part, which, but they are the organs, but they are the body part which are present outside your body. That's why we call them as external body parts, but they are not the organs. So our body is a very complex system. Yes, it is. It is a combination of different body organs together, which makes us to survive. Right? We have food pipe present in our body, which helps us to push our food which we eat to our stomach. We have air pipe inside our body which helps us to breathe in and breathe out, which takes the air inside it. We have stomach which helps us to store the food, not the store, but which helps to digest the foods. Correct? Heart keeps pumping the blood. Lungs help us to breathe air, oxygen inside, right? So it's like it works like a machine, right? All works together. If a single body part is failed, your body is having one or the other issue, right? Otherwise, these all different body parts work together for our proper healthy survival. So it works like a machine only with the help of various organs present in it, correct? The organs form different systems. So these different organs which are present inside our body, they form different systems. Like brain has its own brain systems. We have so many nerves going on, right? Inside our body, we have so many nerves which carries blood supply to whole part of our body. So it has its own system of working. So the nervous system, they work on the blood part. Our heart, our air and lung system is different. Our digestion system is different, which helps to digest our food. Our brain is having its own brain systems, which helps to think, which controls our body part, right? There are so many different systems which is going inside our body. And who helps us? These different body parts help us, right? One such system is digestive system. So one of the system which is inside our body, there are many, I said you, right? We have brain system, we have nervous system, we have like breathing system. So one such system is digestive system. Now, why do I mean by digestive system? The food which we eat get digested in our stomach. See, always they say, right, whenever you go for stomach pain and you go and talk to the doctor saying that, doctor, my stomach is paining. So what does a doctor say? Oh, your food did not get digested properly in your stomach. That's why you're having a stomach pain, right? Your parents keep complaining about acidity. Oh, gas formation, acidity, acidity. Why? Because the food which we have eaten inside our body either has produced acidity and gastritis, or it might, like we have eaten some spoiled food, right, which has spoil the stomach system, right? So this system which helps to digest the food which we eat is called as a digestive system. So let us see this digestive system a little more. What happens in a digestive system, plus what are the different parts of body which forms a digestive system? The mouth, from which we eat the food. Food pipe, through which the food travels from mouth to the stomach. The stomach, where the digestion starts, where the food is actually broken into simpler form. And the intestine also helps to absorb lots of nutrients. Are the different organs which make up the digestive system. So what are the different parts of body which are which forms the digestive system? It is the mouth, the food pipe, the stomach, and intestine. All these different organs together make a digestive system. Obviously, right, children? See, if you do not have mouth, from where will you put a food? If we don't eat it, where will it take it? Okay, imagine there is no food pipe. Whatever food which you are eating, how will it reach to the stomach? There should be some pipe, right? There should be some organ which helps us to take the food from mouth to stomach. That is a food pipe. Imagine no stomach. Where will the food go and stay? Yes, stomach, right? And from where the nutrients from the foods are absorbed? Intestine, right? And the food finally travels from the intestine, and in the morning when you go for the washroom, the waste food item whichever we have eaten in a different form comes out of your body. So this in a whole becomes your digestive system. Have you wondered ever what happens to the food which we eat? Like we eat, right? What happens? Oh, food gives us energy. Everybody knows it. But how does it happen actually? Right? How does the energy come to our body? See, I'm eating an apple. I am eating a sandwich. How a sandwich becomes an energy? Right? Do you think sandwich, whichever which we are eating, goes and sits in our hands, legs, body part, brain? No, right? So let us learn how this digestive system work and what happens to the food which we eat in detail. You all are very much aware that the foods which we eat has nutrients in that. Yes, in our last class we have read about the nutrients also. So food which we eat has carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins, minerals, and many other nutrients. So what are the nutrients? Those are the substance present inside the food. See, whenever we go to a doctor or your mother keeps telling, eat green leafy vegetable, it is very healthy. Eat lots of fruits, it's very healthy. What do you mean by that healthy, healthy, healthy? Because it has good nutrients available. So this vitamins, minerals, carbohydrates, proteins, all together we call it as nutrients. Okay, so the good, there are lots of good nutrients available. Why do we say don't eat lots of oily food? Don't eat, because they do not have good nutrients present in that. They have lots of fats, not so good fats available inside that, which can harm your body. Correct? That's the reason it's been told to avoid such kind of food items. So the foods contain carbohydrates, proteins, fats, and other nutrients. So what in a digestive system, what does it happen? See, imagine you're eating a burger, right? You're eating a burger. How a burger, what all things are available in a burger? We have green leafy vegetables like lettuce, we have potato, we have different vegetables, carrots and all. So the nutrients present in these food items are absorbed from. So how what happens? This particular big burger which we eat, which we bite it, we chew it properly with the help of the teeth present in our mouth, and it gets pushed inside our stomach from back of your mouth, which is connected to a food pipe. So what happens, this complex material, so this burger which is a big complex material, are broken inside our body into simpler forms in our digestive system. This process is called as digestion, the process which helps to make a complex food material, which makes a complex food material and are broken down into simpler form, a complex material into a simpler form in our digestive system is called as digestion, right? So whenever a doctor says that there was, I think you have a stomach pain because your food did not get digested, means your digestive system could not break the complex food item which you have eaten into simpler form. That's the reason you got a stomach pain. right? So next time whenever you eat food, make sure you chew it properly. It should be a properly cooked food so that your body is able to digest those food nicely. Children, remember, the hard, our body may feel difficult to digest a hard food, right? Whenever you're eating some hard foods, your parents actually make you to avoid that. Why? Because it becomes difficult for our digestive system to digest such kind of foods. So what do? First you chew your food item, right? First you chew your food, correct? And then the food travels down from the food pipe. It's also called as esophagus. Then the food enters into your stomach, where the food is broken down into different nutrients. Then after the stomach, it travels into the intestine. Food is made into a liquid where intestine where the intestines make the food into a liquid form, from where they absorb the nutrients. They absorb the nutrients in the intestine also. In intestine, food is made into a liquid of undigested waste material and water. And then finally, it enters into the large intestine, where water is absorbed into the blood streams. Finally, the food is expelled, the waste food item, undigested food item is expelled from your stomach. Stomach to small intestine, then to large intestine, and finally it comes out of your body through anus. So children, what actually happens is, whenever we are eating some food items, we chew it, the big chapati or bulk of a bowl of rice and all those things, whatever we are eating, we chew in our teeth so that we make the food items more softer, right? We make them more softer, which is easy for our body to push down to the stomach. So it travels from the food pipe, which is also called as esophagus. Okay, the food pipe is also called as esophagus. So it enters into the stomach. Here, what happens in the stomach? The food items which are having the different nutrients are being broken into and being absorbed. Here the digestive juices are being secreted by the stomach, and which helps for further digestion, which helps for the further digestions, broken down into the different nutrients, proteins and all. Then finally this food items travels to the intestine. Here what happens? The food items which are pushed from the stomach are mixed with water. Okay, it becomes a liquid format, and the nutrients which are absorbed, which are present, are being absorbed by these intestines, and then again it is forwarded to the large intestine, where the waters are also absorbed. The water present in the food is completely absorbed by the large intestine, and what is left out? The solid food, undigested solid food is pushed out of our body from the large intestine.
In every organ. Mouth. We begin digesting our food as soon as we. Our teeth are powerful crushers that cut, chew, shred, and grind the food. Our lips hold the food in. Our tongue pushes the food inside the mouth as it mixes with saliva. We have salivary glands in our mouth and cheeks, which secrete a liquid called saliva. Saliva contains many enzymes which moisten the food and begin to break it down into smaller particles. thus making it soft and smooth like a paste. The tongue, which is actually a powerful muscle, moves the food towards the back of the mouth and pushes it down into the esophagus. This process is called swallowing. Esophagus. The esophagus is a long, thin tube which transports the food from the mouth to the stomach. This tube is inside our neck. It is about 25 centimeters long in an adult. It is also called the gullet or the food pipe. The strong muscles in the walls of this tube squeeze and push the food down into the stomach. It has a muscular valve towards the bottom which stops the food from the stomach to re-enter the mouth. Stomach. Our stomach is a J-shaped, strong muscular bag that can stretch to store food. It works like a food blender. Its muscular walls contract to churn the food we have swallowed. Acidic fluids, called digestive juices, aid in the breaking down of food. Some parts of the food, such as glucose, are directly absorbed into the blood through the walls of the stomach. The food in stomach stays for nearly 3 to 4 hours. Liver. The liver is the largest and busiest organ inside the body. It does many different jobs, out of which 3 are very important. It produces thick green fluid called bile, which is stored in a small pear-shaped bag called the gallbladder. Bile is a digestive juice which helps in breaking up the fats that are eaten. This makes it easier for fatty food to be digested in the stomach and intestine. The liver also receives and processes nutrients from the blood, storing some and passing others on. It also clears the blood of poisons and wastes. Pancreas. The pancreas produces many enzymes which are released into the small intestine. The intestine needs these to further break down the food. It also produces insulin, a hormone which controls the sugar levels in our blood. When the pancreas do not produce enough insulin, we tend to get diabetes. Small intestine. When the food leaves the stomach, it enters the small intestine, which is nearly 7 meters long. The digestive juices further break down the food into soluble substances which can be easily absorbed by the walls of the intestine. It is then passed into the bloodstream. Large intestine. The large intestine is a long, white tube around 1.5 meters long that surrounds the tightly coiled small intestine. It is at the end of the digestive system. It receives remains of food from the small intestine. Excess water and salts are absorbed here, and the waste products from the digested food, including fiber, that is, the part of food which is not digested, moves down to the end of the tract. The walls of the large intestine are very smooth and produce a slimy mucus. This helps the food waste, called feces, to slide along easily and pass out of the body through the anus. Undigested food stays in the large intestine for up to 12 hours before it is pushed out of the body.
This is how your digestive system works. I hope now it is clear for you what happens to the food which we eat on a daily basis, right? If there is any doubt, please do get back to me again. I'll explain you the things repeatedly until and unless the education is imparted properly. Enjoy the video. Please do see it repeatedly so that the things and the concepts get clear to you. I'll come back tomorrow with the digestive part systems again in detail, one by one. And until then, bye-bye.